Hello, happy Tuesday. So we're hanging out tonight. Welcome everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining and watching the video. We're going to make something tonight. I'm not sure what. Plus we can take a peek at what's on my desk. A fun little game, right? What's on my desk? We should start doing that on Tuesdays. Ooh, I forgot to mute myself. That's so funny. It's like I've never done this before every single time. So we could start playing every Tuesday. The very first thing that happens is what's on my desk, except for Tuesday is normally a live sale day. So it'll probably be some antique thing from France. I'm spoiling all the fun already, but basically Tuesdays are live sale days here on this channel. So Tuesday of next week, we might have a live sale. I'm not sure. I might need a little more time. If you guys have been following me, on YouTube, then you know that some things have been taking place. And so it's just taking me a moment to get all caught up with that and get myself back into the live sale mentality. And so for people who are new here, here's the live schedule. Here's the filming schedule. For people who are new, existing people probably already know this, but every Tuesday, I have a live sale. The live sale usually starts at 6 or 7 p.m. And it goes until 10 or 11 p.m. On my live sale days, I sell antique paper goods, art supplies from France, usually. I have American things as well and other journal supplies. And sometimes we do all lace linens and doilies. Sometimes we do other mixed media things. I'm not sure, but it just depends on whatever supplies I brought in for that live sale. So that's normally what happens on Tuesday. Today, I'm not doing a live sale. It's just a hangout. It's just catching up with everyone because I haven't done a live sale for about a month now. Just the holidays and busy time and all that kind of stuff. So Tuesdays are live sale days. Fridays are usually a craft with me day where I do the junk journal kit of the month and we work through building that journal from the kit. And so going forward in 2025, that will be the free junk journal classes. So you don't have to purchase the kit. Anyone can play along on Friday. So that's what happens on Fridays. We work through journal kits. Basically, if you hang out with me on Friday nights, we will build journal after journal after journal, start to finish. And that's kind of the deal with Fridays. Every day in the morning on this channel, there is a video that is released. It's about a 15-minute video and it's a craft, a pre-recorded video. And it's 365 days of junk journaling ideas. So basically, it's everything and anything that you could make to go inside of or on or the journal itself. And so we've been working through those so far this year. And I don't know what else is going on. A whole lot of things. A whole lot of things. Not everything I can say all at one time, but this is what I can share with you now. Thank you guys all for joining me. I see Cindy is in the house. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Maria. Hello, Misty. Hello, Ria. Hello, Shelly and Helen and Lisa Maria. And let's see, Melissa's in here. Crafty Corey's in here. Passionate Sticker is in here. Hello, hello. Jamie, hello and welcome. Karen, hello. And let's see. You guys are just chatting away there. That's awesome. Teresa, I don't know if I said hello. Teresa and Faith Ann, hello, hello. Abigail, hello. Awesome, guys. Thank you for joining me. Sandy is here. Yay, Rhonda's here. Yay. Okay, so we're going to make something tonight. However, does anyone want to guess what's on my desk right now? I'm going to play this game. So what's on my desk? Let's see if anyone can guess what is on my desk. We'll see. There's stuff all around me. The stuff that you guys see back here, if you're new here, is some of the stuff that I sell at the live sales. However, the big metal shelf that's behind me, there are 5 of them in this room, and they are all full of antique French and other paper goods for live sales. This is the live sale room. I have another craft room across the hall that I usually craft in, but I've been doing crafting in the mornings for the videos, which has been super fun. So much fun to do a craft video every morning. I get up, I get to crafting something, creating something. It's a great way to start out the day. And I know a lot of you guys have been on that journey so far with me, and I appreciate that so much. Hopefully it is fun for you guys too, not only to watch, but also to craft along, if you guys are doing that. Shelly, there is a January kit. It will be on next Tuesday. For sure, January kit next Tuesday. I just don't know if there will be the whole rest of the whole live sale thing next Tuesday, or if it'll just be a kit. But I will be here Tuesday of next week with the kit. The kits will always come out around the 15th of the month, and the kit will be for the next month. So this next Tuesday is going to be the February kit. We skipped January, just the holidays. It's just too busy to do all of that kind of stuff. So next Tuesday during the show, I will debut the February kit for junk journals, and you can purchase it right then and there. If you decide that you don't want to purchase it, you're still, like I said, more than welcome to come on Fridays and craft along with us. You can make whatever it is you want to make. You can make a journal with your own supplies that you already have that is similar to the one that, I'm making in the kit. Sometimes we have extra time to where we can get into other projects. Sometimes we don't have enough time, but the goal is that every month on the 15th, a junk journal kit comes out, and then we'll spend the next Fridays throughout the month making that journal. And while we make those journals, we make different styles of journals, we make different themes of journals, we do different projects within the journals. So it's just really a good way of, if you've never made a journal before, you can sit back and you can watch not only me make them, but if you're a member of the Facebook group, you can see everybody else's makes in the Facebook group too. Anyway, is it bigger than a bread box? That's funny. Hello, Jennifer. Is it going to be blue, pink, or red? The kit is going to be the blue neutral kit. I have decided on the blue neutral. That is the one that we are doing. So it is a neutral kit in theme and color, not in theme, in color. It's based off of, tans and creams and white a little bit. All of your vintage aged paper goodness, that's the color palette, plus the addition of the French blue. Now you can make your journal however you want. You can add in pink, blue, green, red, whatever you want to do, but the journal I will be making will be that color combination. And so all of the ephemera and things like that are geared towards making that journal. It is a blue French neutral color palette journal. Is it a digital kit? It's an actual physical journal kit. So it has everything from constructing the cover of a journal, the signature pages to put inside of the journal, pieces of ephemera stuff to play with and alter and decorate, so that by the end of the month of February, you will have this journal completed if you work along with us on the Fridays. The videos for Friday, all of my videos always stay up for eternity on my YouTube channel. So if you miss a Friday and you need to rewatch that video later, you can certainly do that. And you can fast forward through all the chatting and just get right to the parts that you want to see. So the content is always out there, and it's up to you guys how you watch the content and how you interact with the content. Awesome. You guys know that because I have all the antique French papers and stuff, I always build vintage themed kits. I'm a vintage journal maker. I can go to other themes, but vintage is really where my heart is, and I think where I am the most happy creating. I think I can come up with some really beautiful journals that way. Obviously, through making journals for a long time now, I've just really got to where this is the kind of journal that I like to make. So all of my kits are vintage in theme. And I appreciate you guys being so supportive about the kits. That's awesome. And I'm glad that you guys have gotten the kits and have crafted along. Many of you have gotten the kit every single month last year, and I appreciate that. And it was so much fun to watch in the Facebook group when we had a Facebook group where I could see how, you guys were making your journal and what step you guys were at. And some of you guys work really fast and you can just sit down and get a whole journal done. And other people are still making past kits because, something happened and they just needed more time or whatever the case may be. So anyway, thank you guys for your support for the Junk Journal of the Month kit. We will be doing them throughout the entire year of 2025, every month. Like I said, it'll come out around the 15th. It'll be sold at the live sale. For this year going forward, if you order it during the live sale, you will be guaranteed a kit. If you have to request one later, it will be whether or not I have kits left. And it's kind of the same as last year, except for I can tell you there will be more limited availability of kits in 2025. Yep, it's a French blue. So when you think of just any type of French blue paper ephemera, that's the blue shade that I'm going for in the kit. You cannot pre-order. You do, I mean, I guess you don't have to be present to order it, but to be guaranteed a kit, you have to be present. I can only take orders for however many kits I can make. And so some months, if I use a super antique rare, supply where maybe I only have, 50 pieces of it, well, then that's all I have. So I'm just saying in advance that going forward in 2025, there will be less available kits. Last year, a lot of people could order after the live. This year, I'm just giving you advance warning that is going to be less likely. Okay. If you guys have any questions, because chat, you guys are all chatting in there, and I love that. If you guys have any questions that are directed to me or comments that are directed to me, if you guys can put them in all caps, that does help me catch them as they scroll off the screen. And so, how many of you guys have been playing along? I know a lot of you have. How many of you guys have been playing along with the 365 days of junk journal ideas? I know many of you have. Many of you guys have been leaving me lovely comments, and I appreciate that so very much. And then you guys have been also creating whatever the daily project was in the video, and you guys are posting that in the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group is pinned to the top of the chat box. So right now in live chat in YouTube, my Facebook group is called Junk Journal Makers, and it's pinned to the top of that box. It's in yellow up there at the top. So if you want to click that link, you can go over to the Facebook group, just request to be a member. Basically, we have request to join the group turned on, because sometimes on the internet there are bots and other kinds of things, and we're just trying to make sure that everyone who joins the group is an actual person. So that's the Facebook group. If you're not a member, go over, become a member. That's kind of the best way to keep in touch with what's happening. And you guys can see not only each other's work, you'll see my work. And then as the Facebook group continues to grow, there's other things that are going on in the Facebook group. Like in December, we did a really big challenge where you guys could post pictures of ephemera pieces that you made, and you could win a $50 Amazon gift card. I had planned on doing one for January. I don't know if I'll have to wait for February now or not, but there's challenges. Everything is optional. There's nothing mandatory in that Facebook group. You never have to participate. However, if you're looking for more inspiration, that's a good place to go. And if you're looking to, make friends and all that kind of stuff, that's a good place to go. Greetings from Brazil. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining. All right, so back to what's on my desk. You currently have a cat on your desk. I wish there was a cat on my desk. There's not a cat on my desk. There is definitely a mess on my desk. Definitely a mess. There is stuff that I was in progress filming for the 365 series all over my desk. There's just a whole mess everywhere right now. But I promise by next Tuesday, when we do a junk journal kit, everything will be in order on my desk anyway. The rest of the room will be a mess, but my desk will be clean. You made the photo slide thingy, Shelly. Awesome. Awesome. The lives I have missed. I haven't seen a lot of you guys since beginning of December. So I wanted to come on tonight. It's our normal time slot. I wanted to come on. I wanted to say hello. I wanted to chat with you all for a little bit. And then I want to make some stuff. And then I'll probably see you again on Friday for Craft With Me. And then Tuesday for the kit. Oh my goodness. I know, Ria. A longer day would be very helpful. You need ideas for negatives? Well, those are easy to play with. I would just use your Tim Holtz little stapler and staple them to things. You could use them as a tab. You could staple them in a cluster. You could staple them to the side of a little page. Just put some little bits of paper, little torn scraps of handwriting and whatever, and just staple that little negative right on to your page. So much fun to play with those things. All the things in this room need played with. And so the morning videos are really helping me be able to do that, which makes me very happy. Have been loving doing it. Loving it. And I really honestly appreciate your guys' support. Melissa, I did hear Tim's announcement. I did. Tim is going to be focusing more on the teaching aspect and the crafting in his personal life. He's going to be making videos and showing what he's making and crafting live, but he is no longer going to be designing product. So what does that mean? That means that there is no new Tim Holtz product that he has not developed already coming out. There are some products for 2025 that were already in the works that they're going to finish and come out. They will be released. But moving forward, Tim Holtz is not designing ideology. He's not designing more fabric. He's not designing anything with Ranger. He is going to focus on what makes him happy, which is the teaching and having time in his personal life to actually do the makes. So I totally understand that. I feel the burnout often too. And so I think it's a great thing that he has decided to focus on himself, not in the way that sounded, but focus on what makes him happy, right? And we do have limited time during the day, and I can only imagine the stress he was going through. So I think it's great that he's going to focus on what he enjoys doing the most. And so he did say that all of the products that are currently being made will continue to be made as long as they sell. So if you love Tim Holtz products, whatever it may be, and you don't want it to go bye-byes, then I would suggest that you continue to purchase those products, because if he's not designing new ones and they're not selling, I think you guys can figure out what's going to happen to Tim Holtz products. If you guys remember, over the summer, Hobby Lobby stopped carrying a lot of his products. Joann's in my area does not carry Tim Holtz products at all. I know you can buy them online, but in store, they don't carry them. I think a lot of stores got the message way earlier than us, the public, did. And so they have already done whatever business decisions were in their best interest for that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I love playing with it. I have a pretty good backstock of it, so I'm not too worried. But yes, it does make me sad as well that there will never be another, and I shouldn't say never, because he could decide, whatever he wanted to do. But it does make me a little bit sad that when Christmas rolls around, 2025 Christmas for ideology, there will be probably not any new items, and there won't be another, little ephemera pack ever, maybe. It does make me a little sad. However, understanding that, so this is how it is for me. I love paper. I love antique paper. I love collecting it. I love crafting with it. I love making junk journals. I love all the things to do with what we do here. But there are times where even for as little tiny thing that I do, it does get to be where it takes away your enjoyment of the thing that you really, really love, because it is work. And once it becomes work, when it used to just be for fun, you can only go like that for so long before you're like, well, wait a minute, why am I doing this? So I totally understand his decision. And so I support his decision 100% because you got to do what makes you happy. And if he's in a position to where he can do what makes him happy, all the more power to him. He did say that's up to the, it's up to the companies if they want to bring something back and they think that now is a good time and it's relevant, that they might bring something back that's retired. Who knows what's going to happen with it, but that was his big announcement on Saturday. I encourage you guys all to go over and watch his video. It is just a video of him chatting, telling everyone what's happening, why it happened, what his plans are for the future. So if you haven't watched Tim's video, he has a YouTube channel. It's just Tim Holtz. Go over there and watch his video. And, I heard also today is his birthday. So not that he watches my video, but I certainly wish him a happy birthday as well. This is where I am in the mornings. This is where I have been filming the videos. However, I will say that the lighting and camera setup for live sales, I'm not going to say it was ever the best, but it is definitely not ideal for filming those videos in the morning. I have a new studio. I am going to begin filming the videos for 365 in there very, very soon. I'm not sure exactly, but there is a new filming studio, new lights, new cameras, new everything. I'm just working on getting that everything moved around. Right now, the beginning of 2025 is the most hectic I think things have ever been. There is so many moving parts that I'm trying to keep track of, and I'm doing my very best to do it all and get it all done, but it is the process. So thank you guys for hanging in there with me while we get that all squared away over here. He makes space for people all the time. He was never one to hog the camera and hog the attention. So he is great. Hello, Grandma's Gone Crafty, Leilani. Hello, and welcome. Thank you. Hello, Tracy. Hello. I just took pictures of somebody had asked, and I forget who, but somebody asked for the crocodile combinations. So I just took a picture of that before I turned the camera on for this live, and I will post the cheat sheet for the crocodile in the Facebook group as soon as I am done here. So I took a picture of the little cheat sheet. It tells you what combination, because on your crocodile, there are two moving parts. One of them is the nib part and one of them is the other part. And depending on the size eyelet that you are using, that's what determines what combination you need to set those little movable parts to. So I have a cheat sheet that I made a long time ago, and I just keep it in with my crocodile in the case, but I took a picture of it and we'll post it in the Facebook group. Yeah, they really don't come with a lot of instructions, and there are so many different sizes of eyelets out there, because if you get the We Are Memory or whatever brand is selling the eyelets now, they should fit the crocodile just fine. There are smaller ones that Hobby Lobby sells, or at least used to. There are larger ones that you can get that are more for like industrial rivets and things like that, but they also work on your crocodile. So the cheat sheet will be, it's photographed. It'll be in the group when we're done here. I actually used that today for tomorrow's video. I was filmed ahead, and it's hard to stay filmed ahead when you have Etsy and you have all the other things. So, plus I'm just getting caught up because of the holidays. So in another month, everything will be good. Everything will be good. So guys, what shall we work on tonight? I've chatted for 25 minutes now. What shall we work on tonight? I had planned on just making some tags. I don't know what it is about tags, but you could make 1,000,000 tags and you would still need more tags. Tags seem to just disappear. I could think it just takes so many tags and it takes so many journal cards and so many pockets for every journal that we make that I'm just always in need of tags. So I think I'm just going to focus on making some just just tags tonight. Unless there is something specific that somebody needs help with or has a question or wants me to do on camera. The lives are also geared towards that. So if you have a specific request for like, hey, you know, I was struggling with sewing in my signature, or hey, I was struggling with whatever it is that you could possibly have a question or struggle about. Or it might not even be that you're struggling. It might just be, hey, could you show me this? Or hey, could you give me an idea for this? And I'm not saying, by no means, I don't know it all. I haven't done it all. But if I do, I can show you the way I do it. If I do have an idea, I can share that with you. But the lives are also geared towards that. So if you have questions, you need help with something, don't hesitate to speak up, because that's kind of what this time is for also. Because there's not another time where we can be back and forth like this, where I can literally read your comment and I can answer you just like this. Obviously in the videos every morning, I can respond to a comment at some point throughout the day, but it is not like this where we can kind of converse. Yes, making some stock. It's always nice to have that big full box of ephemera that is ready to go and just put right into the journals, so that, you know, next time you have to make a journal, you can finish up that hard part. The hardest part of making a journal is always the ephemera. It takes the longest. You have to make a million little projects just to fill up one journal of ephemera. So having that box of pre-made ephemera ready to go will save you. It makes making junk journals more enjoyable for sure. Storage ideas. Okay, storage ideas for what, Tracy? Give me a specific. There's a whole lot of things that we could be storing, so give me a specific. My desk, I will flip the camera down. Absolutely. You'll see. Can you do shaker cards? Well, I just did a video on shaker cards, so I don't know what else I could do with shaker cards at the moment. Perhaps. I really made, I don't know how many, 20 shaker cards the other day, in the morning. Storage and organizing died. Clusters and what makes a cluster look good. So a cluster is just a different form of collage. And collage is the thing that I think a lot of people struggle with when it comes to making junk journals. It's the composition. So collage is literally the art of taking a bunch of different things and combining them either on a page or together to where they're visually appealing. That's basically what collage is, right? So when you make a cluster, you're just making a tiny collage. And so you really just need to make a cluster that is visually appealing to you. Everything that you make just needs to be visually appealing to you. If you like it, chances are someone else out there is going to like it. Don't ever try to make something that you think someone else is going to like, but it's not really your style. Like, I think you just have to be honest with yourself. And if you're new, you need to try all the styles, because in the beginning, you're all trying to figure out what style is my style. And it might be that you're one of those people that doesn't have a style, that they just do, you know, whatever project, you know, strikes them that day. But for a lot of people, they work through many different styles of making things until they just naturally, the process of evolution, you settle into a style. It doesn't mean that has to be your style. It doesn't mean you have to be locked into it. But I think when you get to that point where you're comfortable and, you know, a certain style, just, it's your jam, everything is easier at that point. All the composition, all the collaging is just easier at that point. So we're going to make clusters here as a group project, but before we can make the clusters, we have to make the supply boxes to build the clusters from. And we're going to be doing paper clusters and fabricy, lacy, soft good clusters. So I think it was last Friday. Last Friday, I asked you guys, if you want to be prepared for cluster making, whatever, 101, whatever you want to call it, a good thing to have on hand would be one of those divided plastic storage boxes. If you watched the video where I showed how I organized my sequence for the shaker cards, one of those type of boxes where it's a plastic box with a lid, and you open up the lid, and in the bottom of the box, there's all these little divided compartments for you to organize and store things. When you're building clusters, you can just have a gigantic pile of things where you just sort through it and rummage through it and pull stuff out and make a cluster. Or you can build a box like I'm going to build, where you have all the same type of item stored in its own little compartment. And then from there, you just, well, do I want a stamp, or do I want this, or do I want that? And audition it right there in your hand. Different types of creative brains work differently when it comes to collage and when it comes to building clusters. So you're going to have to figure out whether working from an organized box is your jam, or working from a huge tub where you rummage through and find your pieces is your jam. It just depends on the way that your brain works. And just because one day your brain works one way doesn't mean it's always going to work that way either. So we're going to build the boxes, and then we're going to build the clusters. So I'm not sure if it will be Friday. For sure in the near future, for sure in the next few weeks, we will begin building cluster boxes. And then the cluster videos and the cluster craft with me's will be separate. We're going to begin working through a single topic like clusters. And we're going to do that in addition to Fridays and Tuesdays live. So you guys will see the video come up. That means that's what we're working on. And we're going to work through topic after topic. And these are topics where, like, I can make a 365 video on clusters, but doing a whole video on clusters in 15 minutes, yes, it can be done. But to dive into all the different things we could put in a cluster, and all the different ways of building one, and collaging formulas and things like that, it's going to take longer than 15 minutes, which is why I chose clusters as the first topic that we can deep dive into and do as a group together. So that will be happening. It's just a plastic divide. I have a million plastic divided boxes, so I'm just going to use one that I already have. But Hobby Lobby has really nice plastic storage container boxes. Hobby Lobby's regular price for storage containers, whatever kind of storage it is always cheaper than Joann's or Michael's or whatever on sale prices. I have been buying my plastic storage stuff from Hobby Lobby for many years because their prices are honestly the cheapest. They have a specific box. It's a plastic box with a lid. I will bring it in and show you when I do clusters, but instead of having a divided tray in the bottom, it has all these little individual cups. So it looks like it's divided, but the cups actually, you can pick up the cup and take it out, and then your little bits can be inside of the cup. And I really like that, because there's times where you want to dump the cup out and sort through it. So I might be using that kind of a box, or I might be using the just regular divided box, or I might use both. It just depends. I'm planning on pretty much building a cluster box that has everything in it. And then from there, as I use up my supplies, I will refill my little individual compartments. Bead storage boxes would work. Yes, they would. Sorry, I'm trying to catch the questions, but I know that I missed some. So if I missed a question, if you're talking to me, if you could put it in all caps. You're not yelling. No one will think you're yelling. It just helps me see it. So for clusters, we will do it together. Promise. In the very near future. So if you want to grab a box, if you want a box, It could just be a tub or a Ziploc bag for that matter, but get something to put your cluster bits into. And then the very first video, I will show you the box and I will give you the list of all the things that you might consider putting together for cluster building. And then from there, we will make clusters with the things from the list. Everybody's clusters will look different because everybody will have whatever supplies they have on hand, right? And so we'll talk about paper clusters and we'll talk about fabric or lace or soft clusters as well. You need a huge box? Yes, I feel you there. I do, definitely. I missed what's going on with Helen here. Let me look. Oh, wow, that's awesome, Helen. Congratulations. That's an amazing honor. I'm sure she worked very hard for that. That's awesome. Okay, so if there are no more questions that I need to talk about, I will flip the camera down and we can get to making some tags. Unless I'm sure I missed a question up there. The muffin tin, yep. All good. Yep. You can build it however you want to build it. Everything that I do, I just show you how I do it. From there, it is up to you guys how you can adapt what I'm doing or an idea that I show you, or maybe you want to go completely a different direction. There's no right or wrong way. Just because I'm doing it a certain way doesn't mean it's the right way. There's no right or wrong way for anything with junk journals. And if you make a mistake making something in a junk journal, if you make a mistake putting together a collage and you end up and you don't like it, take it apart. Recycle it another way. Worst case scenario, and I probably have never shared this with you, but worst case scenario, if you make something and it is just the ugliest thing that you have ever seen in your life and you cannot ever envision yourself working with it, maybe you've stepped away from it for a day and you came back to it and you're like, yes, it is still ugly, I hate this. Guess what? Gesso fixes everything. You could literally have made like a spread in a journal and you hated it, and maybe you walked away from it because sometimes we just need to walk away and we need to come back later and look at it and reevaluate. Maybe we were hungry. Maybe we were tired. Just come back to it. If it's still terrible and you cannot take apart it or, re-envision it some way, just take gesso and gesso over the whole thing and start over. The gessoed mistakes can yield something completely unexpected and beautiful in itself. Very funny, Melissa. Okay, I don't see any other questions. Let me flip the camera down and we can get started making something. Okay, there we go. That's what actually my desk looks like, but only this section right here is clean. I have brought the camera in really, really far so that when I am working on something tonight, you guys can see a close-up view. This is as close as my camera gets unless I actually zoom it. But off to the side over here is a complete disaster. Off to the side over here is a complete disaster. What I want to play with today are these things. These are French number stamps. They're wooden. Off to the side, they have these little numbers. This is a pricing one. So this one was used to make the little price tags for a shop. And it has the number 9 missing right there. And oftentimes you just use the number 6, so they didn't give you a number 9. So either way, we're good because they're both exactly the same. But it says francs somewhere on here. I don't know where, right here. So that's how I know it was a pricing one. But I have a big one and I have a small one. And I wanted to make some little tags and put the numbers on. I just have been wanting to play with this. So I want to do that. I do have some ink stamps that are antique and I wanted to give those a try because they just arrived. I got 9 boxes of antiques from France the other day, and you guys know I already had way too many. So we've got that to go through. On a side note, the spoon that I was using to fill the shaker cards. This is an antique silver plated spoon, and I really enjoy using the silver plated spoons. Like, what else am I going to use them for? Yes, you could use them to eat off of or whatever, but so I really enjoy using them in the craft room. So if you are ever antiquing and you happen to see like a stray teaspoon somewhere, you might pick it up for your craft room. They're pretty fun. And it's just the perfect vessel to scoop things, even trying to get beads out of a bead storage box. Anyway, so I want to play with those. I'm going to stamp them on some tags, I think. And then I want to make some large tags to go into pockets. Let me turn this monitor around just a little bit so that I can see. You've been wondering about those, Shelly? Yeah, that's what they are. All of this stuff up here, I have been playing with, like this little box. Sorry for reaching in front, but this little box, these came. They're super cute little boxes, and guess what they have inside of them? Stamps in them. So I have been playing with all of this stuff on my desk. Let me get something to stamp those numbers on. I'm going to be stamping them in scorched timber and black soot, I guess. I also have the brass ledger stencils, so I'm going to put some of those on some tags as well. I have some larger, I can just bring this in. I have some larger stencils in this bowl too, so I might pull some of those out. I might just make a master board and put some stamps on it and then cut it up. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I don't have a plan for today. We're just going to do it. These right here are the antique wax seals. There's an oval. Let me bring them up. Will it focus? Maybe not. But they're antique wax seals with people's initials in them. So I'm going to play with those. I don't know about tonight because I didn't bring the wax seal stuff in. But my whole bin is just overflowing of junk at this point. Okay, let me get something to stamp some things on. Antique jelly spoons. Yes. Yes, yes. Good things. All right, let me grab something. And I think I have a scrap. Do I not? A scrap of coffee dyed cardstock. Let me get over here. Scraps. More scraps. So I have scraps of paper that need to be used, and I have scraps of cardstock. So let's start out. I didn't bring a background stamp in here either. Let's start out just by stamping these little guys and seeing what they look like. I'm trying to remember if I have tags somewhere that I can stamp these on. Surely I have some tags somewhere in this room. I have some big ones. I have these. Oh, they're big. No. Here we go. To start out with, I just want to stamp them. And I want to see how we end up with the numbers here. So the way this works is you can just, choose your number and stamp it. And I'm trying to stamp it the right way. As opposed to stamping it the wrong way. I think maybe rubbing these. Now these are antique and they may or may not stamp perfectly. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's try the number 2. I'm just going to go ahead and get ink all over these. They do. Awesome. Now number 3 is gone. We'll have to stamp number 4. So I think you guys can imagine if I just wanted to make some cute little numbered tags for whenever I make like a series of journals and I need to number what is what. Or maybe I'm doing a page and I just want to stamp these numbers down the edge of a page. Now, obviously, there are many different number stamp sets out there. I know Tim Holtz has number stamp sets. The thing I like about these ones is A, they're very easy to use. B, it's this super antique font that is just perfect. And number 9 is gone, so I'd have to stamp number 6 again, but upside down. Kind of, sort of. And then I think, is there no 0? No 0. Oh, there is a 0. I was like, it's got to be pricing for it. There has to be a 0 in pricing. So anyway, I think it works better if I kind of rub it on there, in all honesty. Sort of. Okay, at least I know they stamp. This is the font. Look at how good that font is. It's perfect. So I think I'm going to make some little tags. At least I know they stamp and I don't make the tags and then I can't stamp anything on them. So I think I'm going to make some little tags and we're going to stamp some numbers on them. This is the ledger stencil and I don't have a brush in here. But what I do have is a scorched timber dauber. So let's do scorched timber. And we'll make sure this one is good too. I know it is because I always use this one, but oops, got off my edge of my stencil. But that's what those do. So I'll hold it up. I think the scorched timber will work better for the numbers, the larger numbers. It's just a newer ink pad and it's juicier. So I'm going to try with scorched timber. I'm really liking scorched timber lately. It's that perfect shade of black and brown. So I'm going to play with these for a little bit. I'm going to do ledger page tags with the stamped numbers on them. So if you want to play along, if you have any type of ledger pages, let's get out some ledger pages or ledger page digitals. I guess I should just leave this there and work on this. Yeah, ledger pages, ledger page digitals. I have some scraps right here. That'll work. What else do I have? I kind of want to just get a whole ledger page because I feel like I'm going to need a lot of tags. So let me get a whole ledger page. 3 is way overrated. That's kind of funny. Kind of funny. I'm going to use this one. And true to my fashion, I did forget to take my pill before I turned the camera on. So I'm going to try to get through for a little bit, and then I'm probably going to run out there and do that. So I'm just going to take, just making a huge mess over here, just going to take this sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock and glue my ledger page to it. And then I will cut that up and that will be my tags. And the reason why I chose this one is because it has all kinds of small handwriting and numbers. And I also like the fact that it's a nice color of paper and it's got black ink. So this is the one I'm going to do. And I just need to decide, do I want words or do I want numbers? I think I want numbers. So let's glue this down. Uh-oh. What's happening in chat? Yeah, 3 is just missing. it's normally like the bigger one. See, I have this guy over here too. He has a number 3. I think this one has all of them. It does. This one is complete, but my little one has a number missing off of it. I have more, and I probably have one with a number 3 on it, but I don't know where those are right now. So I'm going to use original. I would probably use a printed one had I planned ahead and got that all prepared, but I didn't know what we were going to make. I didn't know what we were going to get into today because normally it's live sale day. So this is different. It's different for me and it's different for you. But next Tuesday, we'll do the journal kit, and I'm going to be so excited to build that journal. That journal has been in the works for at least 9 months. It was one that I was going to do a collaboration with another creator on, and we're going to build it now and just make it be the most beautiful blue French journal we've ever done. Okay, there's that. There's my page, and I'm just going to try to plop this down on here. And I'm just doing this to strengthen it. I just like gluing everything to coffee dyed cardstock these days. It strengthens it, makes it all prepared on the back so that I don't have to add coffee dyed paper or anything else. I'm going to let this sit for just a minute. And then that's going to make my tags. So they were really pretty. They were. If you guys haven't seen the video, you have to go over to the videos. All of the 365 videos are all in their own playlist on my channel. So you can just start with a number 1, or you can scroll down and find the one that says shaker card. I don't know. I think it was day 6 or 7. I'm not sure. Was it today's video? I have no idea. That's the problem when you film ahead. You don't really know what day you're actually on. So anyway, 1 is the loneliest number. That's pretty funny. Very funny. All right, let me get the cutter out. I just gave that a second to dry. Also, I wanted to show you, and now that a lot of you guys are here, let me show you this quick. Let me show you guys this. This is actually a Happy Mail that I got. And I got it while we were away on Christmas break, or while I was away on Christmas break. So I saved it to show when we were going to do something together so that I could share it with you all, because the person was nice enough to send me a Happy Mail, and I just wanted to make sure that they got credit for their Happy Mail. So this is a Happy Mail from Rhonda from A Little Bit French. And she, on the back of this is a little personal note. So this is the little card that came with it. It's super cute. And then this is the journal she made for me. So she made me a journal and she sent it to me as a Happy Mail for Christmas. It was super sweet of Rhonda. And so this little tag actually slides out. And I say little tag, but it's a very nice big tag. And so she's used one of, and it might be one that I sent her, but she's used an original antique document, and then she's layered up these holly berries or currants, maybe. I'm not sure what kind of berries those are. And you guys know I live in Arizona. We don't have vegetation here. We have cactuses. So she's put a little label on, put that on, tied it with some beautiful green little fabric trim up here. And this is like a very thick tag. I don't know if it's an etc. tag, but it's very, very thick. And then on the back, she's done this, and that's right up my alley. You guys know that. So that's the tag that slides in the little belly band in the front. And I'll just slide off this little red ribbon so that we can go inside of the journal. Get over that little bit there. Okay, so on the side here, you can see she's sewn the journal in with this red and white string. We're just letting this dry for a minute, and then we'll get back to it. And so this journal, the journal cover, is made out of a nice thick piece of music paper, and it's got little binding holes up there at the top. And so you open up the journal, And it looks like this. And like I said, this was sent to me right before Christmas. And so she's done a beautiful Christmas tree here, and she's put little snowy glitter on it. It's a chunky glitter, little snowy glitter, little star right here. And inside of this pocket, you've got a little journaling card or journal spot that just opens like this. Beautiful. And then it's been a while since I looked at this. And then it says Christmas Day 1918 up here. Gorgeous little lace right here. And then this is copy dyed paper. So I'll just kind of flip through it quick. Rhonda does beautiful little journals like this. If you've ever watched her make them, this is true to her style. So this is a little folio that opens, and she's got a belly band in here, and she's tucked in a ton of little Christmas labels for me to use. So it's full of Christmas labels, which is so sweet because she knows I make journals. So she knows I will use this. And so then this is just a little pocket right here. So that tucks in there. And then on this side, we've got a gorgeous little journaling card. I don't know whose kit this is. And then we've got some more ephemera, a little journal card again. And then I think there's several. Yeah, there's several of these little Christmas journaling cards in there. And so I'm thinking she must send this to me so that I can create with it. So I will save that. I mean, I will save this obviously, but I will save it. And if I can bring myself to use anything out of it, you guys will see it again next Christmas. So then she's added this little lady right here. Super cute. And I love the way that she just tore the printed paper and put it down the edge of the page there. It's cute. Add a little label. This is rag paper. And then another journaling tag here. And then this opens here. And she's got that beautiful lady in there. And this is where she sewed in the signature. And then this opens up. A little hidden journaling spot. You could add a little paper or just write on the back of there. Gorgeous. And then there's that. This might be some stuff from Sam Poole kits. I know she's on Sam Poole's design team, so it might be stuff from there. I'm not familiar. And then there's a bunch of tags layered up in this pocket here. And she's got a little Tim Holtz paper clip right up here at the top. I think that's what that is anyway. And then in this one, it opens up and it's got more tags in it. Gorgeous little French villa, chateau really. And then there's that. I'll clip that back on. We've got this little flip page here. And then this one also is clipped on. There we go. Beautiful. There's a little journaling card in here. I think I recognize some things. And then we've got a little journaling card here. She knows exactly what I like, guys. She's got me down. She knows I love the French Victorian women. And then there's just a little it's a front cover page, like a title page of a book. Beautiful. Beautiful journaling card. And this is the back pocket with these ladies out for their icy winter stroll. It's gorgeous. And so there's that. And that's the back cover. So Rhonda, thank you very much. That was a super sweet, unexpected gift for Christmas. And I really appreciate it. I will save it always. It will never leave me. And I might be able to bring myself to use some of the labels and things, goodies that you've included in there for me. And I really appreciate that because, you know, whenever we're making these vintage journals, I'm struggling with this ribbon right now. When we're making these vintage journals, it's always a struggle to find, you know, the perfect vintage label, the perfect tag. So she has included all of the perfect things for me. And I so appreciate that. So that was a little happy mail share from Rhonda from A Little Bit French. I will go back and add her link to the description box. Rhonda from A Little Bit French. Thank you so much. And then we're going to cut this up. I turned around to get my cutter and saw it sitting there. I'm going to use this Tim Holtz cutter today in honor of Tim Holtz's birthday, I guess. And so I'm going to try to keep the border around this ledger page. I may cut it off here in just a second, but for now, I want to do that. And so if you guys didn't know, Rhonda lives in Arizona where I live. And I would anticipate us doing some more things together. It's kind of a wink wink. Okay, so we've got this. It's backed to copy dyed cardstock. And now I'm just going to cut it into some tags. I want some that I can put the big numbers on, and I want some that are small. So let's just we're just going to go for it. We're just going to, what we get is what we get. I'm going to leave. I say that. The border up here at the top, the header up here at the top is what made me leave it this big. We'll see. And then from there, I'm just going to cut. And that one wasn't even cut straight, but it's cut now. So it is what it is. And then let's do these ones. I'm going to do 2 rows because I've got a lot of numbers to play with. So I'm going to do 2 rows and I'm going to try to even this up. And then from there, I think I can just snip with scissors. Rhonda did a great job. So scissors. I don't know what Rhonda's last name is, but her channel is a little bit French. I mean, I do know what her last name is, but you know, her channel is called A Little Bit French. So for this one, I'm going to make little tags like this, and I'm just going to cut them. And it doesn't even have to be where you got a whole lot of writing because we're going to put numbers on them anyway. And so for these ones, I'm going to make them pretty small. I have an idea for these. They're just going to like clip on to other tags. So I'm just chopping. I did a lot of paper chopping today. You guys will see in the video tomorrow. Let's do these ones more like tall tags. Small, tall tags. That doesn't really make sense, but they're small and they're tall. And then I'm going to go sideways like this and do some skinnies. I'm going to hang on to this piece just for a minute. Okay, so we've got these little guys. Now, if I was in the other room, I would have grabbed my paper chomper. Do I have it in here? No, I do not. But if I had my paper chomper in here, I could cut all these corners because these are small. And so that would cut nice little perfect tags. Not a problem. I will hand cut them with scissors, but let's play with this. So let me work on this so that I don't get ink on my surface here. We'll set that guy to the side. I'm going to use scorched timber. And on this tall one, let me go ahead and use the large numbers. Sorry for reaching in front of you there. Let's go ahead and use the large one. If you want one of these, I do have them available at a live sale. I know some of them are behind me, but I don't know if I have any more for myself. I'm trying to pick a good number. Let's go with number 7. Everybody likes number 7. Let's go with number 7. So I'm going to try to rub it and stamp it. I'm going to over stamp it. We're only going to get one try with these, right? Like you can't put this in a MISTI. So it's going to be what it's going to be. And we're just going to get a nice number 7 right here. And that's our number 7 tag. And so from here, I could snip it into a tag shape. I don't really know why I bothered to flip it over because honestly, I could just cut that from the front. But anyway, there's that. And then if I get out the crocodile, I don't know why I wanted to call it a crocodile all day today. If I get this out, let's do an eyelet at the top of this. I think an eyelet would look good. So let's make a nice hole there. And let's put a black eyelet in there. Actually, yeah, I guess. Let's do a black one. I mean, I suppose. So for this black one, I have to change my settings. So look, if you were curious, here's the thing. So right now I'm set up to do the super big one. It's a 3/8 inch eyelet, but this is the size of the black one. So it tells me I need the large nib and the gold one. So on here, you can see I have the silver one. No, you can see I have the gold one down here. Can you see right there? I have the gold one on the bottom, and the nib is the large one. So I think I'm probably good. No, I'm reading my own instructions wrong. It goes like this. So this is the large. There are ABCs on this, but I can't see them. I'm using the large bottom. It's a silver color bottom, like dome shape thing, but I'm using the gold top thing, I think. See, I haven't done this in a long time because I always use the antique bronze ones. It feels right. So that worked. So for the standard size eyelet, I used the large little, I don't want to call it a nipple, but the large nipple thing. And I used the gold nib thing. Gosh, this video could get me in a lot of trouble. So anyway, that's what I did. Oh, you can see it really made it rough. So that's not the right combination. I must need the large nib thing and the gold bottom. I must. Hold on. Yes. So I'm going to try the next one. Large. It says large and gold. So I don't know why I was messing with it. It says large nib. It says large nib and gold. So nib and gold. Okay. Now that we've established that and confused everyone, including myself, we have one tag. It needs a little label or something down here. I don't know what I have off to the side, but trying not to ink myself at the same time. Let me find a little label and stick a little label on that so we can call this guy done and decorated. I have this little weird book of label things. Do you want to put like natural history on there? It works. Natural history is on there. I normally would have put Uhu under it, but I don't really, I mean, I don't want to say I don't really care about these tags, but these are just small little tags. They're not like big components of a journal. So I just stuck a sticker label on there. I will stick Uhu behind the other ones. I should have behind this one. I just got carried away. And so I inked it with Vintage Photo. And in all honesty, I want scorched timber. I just do. It's going to frame it so much better. Yes, definitely better. I was worried it would be too dark. But it came out looking really kind of cute. So they're just simple, but I always need tags. And I specifically always need number tags. So I'm happy that these are going to be in my ephemera box. I will have to put something over this. It's too sharp. But other than that, we did it. And my little dauber thing has seen better days. So now we have a galaxy down there. But we did it. Let's continue to play. We did one and it took me, I don't know, an hour and 10 minutes to finish one little thing. But we have a whole bunch more that are ready to go. So now we can just stamp things on them. I'm going to stamp it right here. And so if we did number 7, let's do number 8. I know this is a very casual hangout tonight, and I appreciate you guys doing it with me. You know, I just wanted to catch up and say hello and see you guys. Oh my gosh, even I couldn't read my own instructions about it. I really very rarely use that size eyelet. That's the standard size, but I have for forever used the oversized bronze one. So there's that guy, and I left place down here so I could put a label. So we'll set him to the side and we'll stamp a few more before we decorate those ones up. And so then I need a number 9. I'm going to try to do a series of numbers of these. For being rubber stamps and being as old as they are really in good condition and they're still fully working. That one could have been stamped a little better, but you know what? It looks super vintage, so that's okay. There's number 9. There's a 0. I don't know if I want to do a 0, but let's start with number 1. Here's number 1. I have to be careful not to touch where I've already inked. And see, he's a little skippity, but that's okay. I can fill him in. He's good. Number 2. And it really just is my stamping. This is a whole different ball game, holding this kind of a contraption in your hand and stamping like this. And plus, it would be so much better if you had foam underneath. I don't have any foam underneath what I'm stamping on. And especially an old stamp like this, foam would really help to cushion where you're stamping and give it a little bit more of a stamp, in all honesty. Yeah, see, we didn't quite get a number 2. Don't care, still love it. Then there's number 3. What can I put under here? I mean, just anything, even a book at this point will work to cushion because, you know, there's some give there. So let's do that. And also really got to ink up the stamp. Much better. It needed some give, sure. Yep, for sure. Okay. Number 4. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thanks for joining. I know I'm not doing anything earth-shattering. It's more just to hang out and what's on my desk, and we'll make some finished pieces, and that'll be that for tonight. There's number 4. Oops. I love this font. Definitely. Here's a number 5. Maybe I can stamp it off to the side on this one. Cute. And then I've got this one. Number 6. So I think what I'm going to do is scan these. I might make some better examples, and then I'm going to scan them. And then I will have a digital of these vintage French ledger tags with the antique stamped numbers on them. And then I can just print it out over and over and over again, and I won't have to come in here and make more. Not that I mind making them. I'm just saying printing them would be much faster. The book was definitely a good idea. Anything to cushion. Okay, I've got 3 left. Here's what I want to do with these ones. I'm going to go ahead and stamp a couple more number 7s, I think. And then I want to stencil the stencil the ledger page number up at the top of my tag. So this one has a really nice, well-written month of July. I'm trying not to cover it up with the number 7, but I did. You can't really see where you're stamping. You just get what you get. So I have 2 left. I'm going to do number 8 and number 9, I believe. Love them. That one's going to look, these two are going to look great with a ledger number at the top because they have such open space around them. And here's a number 9. Great. Okay, so we did the large numbers. I'm going to give this a quick wipe off. You can see I have stamped my hand at the same time. I'm going to give this a quick wipe off just because it's old and I want to try to keep it looking nice. I'm getting more of the antique ink than I think I am our ink. So you have to take care of your old stamps. However, I think that if you guys don't have one of these stamp wheel number things and you want a stamp wheel number thing, or you want the numbers like this, there are stamp sets, like I said, Tim Holtz has one, I'm sure, that has this kind of a font, some kind of antique font numbers on there. Thank you, Black Whisper Crafts, Bex. I appreciate it. It's just casual. I mean, we'll have projects that we're working through in the future, but for tonight, it's just hanging out. So there's that. I do have the little Frank. Do I want to stamp the little FR for Frank next to any numbers? I don't know that I do, but it's there. So that's what the little Frank would look like if I stamped it. So there's that one. This one, I don't know what numbers I stamped, but I will wipe it off quick. It doesn't really need it, but I'll feel better and I'll sleep better knowing I cleaned it. Okay, so there's that. From there, let's do some stenciling on these guys. And just so you guys know, because there have been a lot of questions too in the comments on the YouTube videos. When I do something where I'm showing you guys like a digital or antique supplies or something like that, vintage papers, the photography slides, all that kind of stuff. I do have it for sale. I don't say it in the video because I'm not, like trying to be all selly during my YouTube thingies, my videos in the morning. I do live sales, so, I don't really need to sell 24/7, but just so you guys know, I usually, if I'm using it, it's because it's here and it was here for live sales and that kind of stuff. So I'm not advertising it. I'm just saying and putting that out there that when I do live sales and start them up again, it'll make more sense because you guys will see the stuff that I've actually been using in the videos. I don't know. They all don't have to be cut to a tag shape either. They could certainly be left just as like little charms and things like that. So for this guy, I'm going to cut him upside down. I wish I would have stamped him the other way. So I'm just going to make this 8 like this. That's what I'm going to do. Technically, he goes the other way, but nobody cares. It's all good. So there's 2 number 8s, and let's do this number 9, and then I'll put away the stencil. Okay. There's those. And then I want to take this number And it's going to be hard to position it exactly where I need it to go, but I'm just going to have to eyeball it. It's going to be what it's going to be. And there's my little ledger page number. This one I'm going to put over here in the corner like it is a ledger page. It's cute. Cute little tags. I don't think we need a ledger page number on here, but I'm just going to stick one on here because when I start doing this, I like to do it. So I can't explain it to you. It is very satisfying to be able to add a ledger page number to anything. So once I do it, I just keep doing it. Okay. Let's see about finishing some of these other ones. And let me read chat. Well, I'm not saying I will never do a Patreon, but what I am saying is if I ever do a Patreon, we will continue with free content here. Because I agree, it kind of feels wrong when you have supported, I have ink on my fingers, when you have supported a creator and then they decide to make you pay for the same content, like, and not have any free content, or the content that they do have for free is just kind of like, eh. I don't ever want to be like that. Like, I think we can continue to do free content. So, not saying I won't have a Patreon, but I will say that if and when I do, it will also be continuing the free content here. And I'm glad that you guys are really enjoying the 365 series. It has been super fun, like I said, to do. And I guess I'm not doing these in tag shape because I just inked them. But anyway, that's what happens when I start talking. I have really enjoyed. I needed the craft time in my own life back. So it has been a blessing, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and cut them. I need them to be little tags. I just do. Now you could stack some of these up together and, like, you know, cut them together, but it's almost visually challenging to do that. Let me just get them all cut. And then I need to put the holes or eyelets or whatever we're putting in them. What do you guys want me to bring for a Tuesday when I do have a live sale? Do I have requests? You guys know I have a ton of new French things, so there's a whole lot of stuff coming. But you guys have requests for me? Oh, I know. Everybody has to do whatever is right for them. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I've been that person where you were supporting a channel and everything was, you know, great. You know, they were making a video and you were commenting on the video and being supportive and stuff. And then all of a sudden you get a notice of, hey, I started a Patreon, and then all of their content is now over on Patreon and you have to pay for it. And I'm just saying that kind of felt bad to me. And so I wouldn't want to do that. I would never want to do that to people. Anyway, and then there's also people who do Patreon and they charge you, but there's actually no benefit. Like they're not producing any different kind of content and they're not doing anything. It's literally just you have to pay a certain amount of money to this person every month. I was friends with a person and they had a Patreon, and it was like they promised all these benefits to their Patreon members, but there was never any of those benefits. So Patreon can be good and it can be bad. And I'm just saying, you know, I think we have a higher obligation to, if we're going to do Patreon, make sure that people are getting some value for that Patreon and not taking value away from stuff that we were going to do for free anyway, and just charging for it and making it Patreon content. I don't have many people that I watch or pay for on Patreon, just a few. And I think it's just more of another way of supporting what they do, you know. But they also do make free content. Okay, everything's inked around. Everything's cut. We're good. Where am I putting these? Somewhere. Hello, Mrs. E. You know, everybody has a different plan and a different business goal. And if that's what's working for them, then more power to them. But you got to do what's right for you, and you got to be able to sleep and have a clear conscience at the end of the night. So, or end of the day. Okay. I like adding these. I'm going to continue to add those, I guess. Let's go ahead and put some eyelets in some more of them. That one needs an eyelet. This one needs an eyelet. And what I'm doing is I'm looking up here at the top and I'm seeing, well, if it's awfully plain, then we probably should put an eyelet up there. So let's put eyelets in those. I don't know how many that is. I need 3 eyelets. I looked at Buy a Coffee, and you know, it is just another way of supporting them, and that's great. It's just all of those things, there's like so many of them now. And as a creator who, you know, might want to do something like that, how do you know which one is good and fair and decent and all that kind of stuff? But I don't know. I think I'm good with what I've got. It's just like it seems to me like there's a new one of those things, like Buy Me a Coffee or Super Chat or Super Thanks or Super whatever YouTube does. It seems like there's a whole lot of gotta do this upside down, a whole lot of different services now like that. And of course it's all a monthly subscription fee. And I don't know about you guys, but I get upset when I have to pay a subscription fee for like a channel, a TV channel like HBO or Disney or whatever, you know. I'm like, I don't want to pay that every single month. And then you have to remember to cancel or whatever. So like, I don't know. I'm leery of those kinds of things in general, I guess. Okay. So we have 3 now that have eyelets. I have some miscellaneous bits down there. Let's go ahead and put some stencil numbers and some little labels on those. I'm going to use, this is just very vintage looking, so I'm going to keep using it. And I'm going to put a number down here. I hope I am. See, I have to pick it up so I can see. I'll stencil off the page. You guys know I will. I can't really see. And also with those eyelets, that was really, really not smart because the eyelets keep your stencil off your page. Yeah, see, I can't get this little number over here because the eyelet's keeping it up. So now I know I need to keep my numbers away from my eyelets. Yeah, see, the eyelet catches the stencil. Anyway, we've got that one. So it's just layer after layer after layer of little bit number thing. And then in the end, we'll have something really nice. And you can put it in your ephemera box and use it later. These ones all need a number. This one needs one right here. See, I'm just looking for where there's open space. That's really, collage is about finding where your eye sees something is needed, really. But then there's also a place where your eye is going to want a place to rest. It can't be busy, 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 right? It's okay to have busy sections and busy parts, but your eye does need a place to rest also. So one of the journal kits that we'll be working on, a couple down the road, is a fairy one. And I am loving the fairy theme. So we'll be working on a journal kit that's fairy themed. We'll do the blue French one. Lots and lots of fun things. I'm going to stick this one right there. A little stencil brush would be good for this too. It wouldn't eat up my dauber. And you can see I'm trying, but I'm not being particularly straight with this either. It is what it is. It's just a little vintage number on there. Okay, so there's those. They're all done. I'm done with this stencil. My fingers are inky again. Good thing I decided to work with this cardstock down here. And there was a lot of ink on that guy. And I keep this clip here because he's usually clipped the hole reinforcers that you put, you know, the little stickers, hole reinforcers. But if I keep this clip on him, I don't accidentally throw him away in scraps or trash or whatever. Okay. I'm not sure yet, Ria. I'm not sure. We might see fairies twice this year. I'm not sure. I know they have services now where you can like pay a fee to have them like cancel all the unused, unnecessary subscription services you might have. And it's like, wait, pay a fee to not pay a fee anymore? The world is a funny place. It really is. Okay, so I'm just going to keep using these little stickers. They seem to be good on here. I do want to stick glue on them. Because washi by itself, it's not going to last an unlimited amount of time. Washi will eventually come back up. It's just the nature of how washi is made. I'm trying to get that straight, but it's not really. It's okay. We're good. And now that I look at this one, it needs something, but it's okay. We're good with that. But washi, the material that they make it out of is a plastic. It's not an actual, it starts out as probably some kind of plant material, but most washi is really plastic. And so over time, that plastic degrades and it will fall apart. I really want to stick it in the center, but I have to stick it over here. We need a teeny, teeny, tiny label. Yes, you absolutely could put a tab at the top. I mean to hang these. So I will have a pile of little tags. It'll be super cute. With little numbers. And then next time I make a series of journals or something, I can number them. Christelle's asking me a question. You know I have all of those things. Are you asking for you or asking for a friend, Christelle? Okay, this little round one. And I think maybe I want to add one more layer to these. I have gluey fingers now. I think they need one more thing, one more element. And for any numbers that are not like this number 7, you can go in with a black felt tip pen and fill in your little stamps. I'm going to need to do that on a couple of them. Let's see. I'm literally just using as many of these labels as I can. I've had this for a very long time. You guys know I don't buy this kind of stuff anymore. That was another thing too about, you know, Tim's decision to do what he's doing. I wonder how much of an impact all of the Temu or whatever you want to call that place, all of those kind of places. I wonder what kind of impact, obviously not a good one, not a positive one, that kind of stuff has had. And maybe that was in part the problem too, you know? So I stopped buying from those kind of places a while ago, a long time ago, because so many creators had artwork that was stolen by them. And so when they're going to continue to do that over and over and over again, I just feel like, you know, enough is enough. And I just need to not support you if you're going to continue to do that. So that was one thing that, you know, I wondered, and that's why I don't use those kind of things or advertise those kind. I'm using this right now because I have it. And I have had it just sitting off to the side for forever because honestly, I didn't want to use it on camera. I don't want to like advertise, oh, you know, washi stickers from that place. But I will say, I have never shopped on actual Temu, but so many people, I know Sam Poole had one stolen recently, and so many other creators, you know, they do all the work and they make beautiful digitals and things, and then those places steal their work and they mass produce it and steal it. It's like that's all lost revenue for the original creator. So I had a small design taken and used, and it was a real big headache. In the end, it was just like, oh, okay, you know, they're going to do what they're going to do with it. Let me see. Let's try this one right here. I bought my stuff from Amazon. These things I actually bought in a Facebook group at one point, but that's years ago. But the made in China craft supplies I bought on Amazon, and I'm not saying, you know, that's any less bad or anything like that. I'm just saying I tried to stay away from those kind of places because there were always stories. So that's enough of that. There were lots of stories, but you know, some people love it and I get it. But I just wonder how much that had to impact, you know, Tim's decision. Yep. Yep. That's right, Sandy. Hello, Wendy. For you. Yes, I have all of those things. I always have all of that kind of stuff. If it's normal junk journal supplies from France, I buy it. And then I bring it and I share it with all you guys. Okie doke. This is the last little sticker I needed to stick on here. And I would like to re-ink a couple of them, but you know, I can do that off camera too. But that's that. We made some little numbered tags. At least we accomplished one little thing here. I am going to have to re-ink a little bit. And it's just, I need a little darker here or there. I need a little more border. You guys know I don't, you don't know how, you don't understand how hard this dark inking is for me. I do not do this. This is not my jam. This is not me. I am much more a shabby Victorian crafter, but I know that this is the way these tags needed to be decorated, so I did it. But when I looked at it, I'm like, no, I need a little bit more ink around them, because being that I don't normally do this, I was like, oh, you're not going to like it if you do it very heavy. And so I went light, and then now I want a little more. I want them to look like grungy old little tags. And then for the ones that I didn't put eyelets in, I'm just going to punch a hole in the top of them. I don't know. I'll probably put hole reinforcers on some of them. Not all, but some. And then some will just have a hole, because I want to tie string through them. I'm not used to crafting this far away from me either. Like, I'm a good 18 inches away from where I normally would be crafting. My arms have to be completely reached out to reach what I'm working on so that you guys can see it. Yeah, he's not designing new product anymore for any of his companies that he was working with. I mean, they weren't his companies, but any of the companies he was working with. He has a video on his channel. You can go watch it. It's kind of important, even depending, you know, no matter how you feel about him or his decision, it was kind of important industry news, right? It's a good thing to keep in mind that we thought Tim Holtz was a staple. We would have him for forever. Good thing to keep in mind, right? Lots of people were caught off guard by that one. I was caught off guard. I was like, that's interesting. It fits with a lot of other things I have seen, and I put two and two together. But I do think, you know, if he's saying that, you know, it really was getting to the point where the joy was starting to slip away for him, then yeah, he needs to do what he needs to do. Obviously, we all need to be happy, right? Like, it doesn't matter who we are, we need to be happy. So we need to do what makes us happy. And making junk journals makes me happy. I hope it makes you guys happy. Hello, Kim. Welcome, welcome. Yay! I'm glad you like it. So here's where we're at with them. We got lots of cute little taggies that we made. These are all from scratch. Super cute. We used these antique French number stamps right here. Let me punch some holes. So like, if I put a hole reinforcer right there, I'm going to lose my ledger stencil. I'm going to try it. I needed to do the small one before I could see whether or not I was going to like it. So I did move it down quite a bit. Those ones are good. This one, I'm just going to do them all. That's what's going to end up happening. I don't have hole reinforcers in here, though. I know I don't. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't think I do. I bring supplies in here because this is not my normal craft room. So I bring supplies in here. And then at the end of the day, I have to clean them all up and put them away because this room is full of all the antique stuff. And there's just not room to store everything in here. So I have filmed, you know, I'm not ahead anymore, but I have filmed and thought about filming many videos in here, and I don't know exactly what I do have in here anymore. I forgot this guy. So I think I took them out, is my point with all of that cheddar. Those are good. So when I do find the hole reinforcers, they're just the little sticker ones. And I'm just going to stick hole reinforcers on. And I think that will complete it. I think. They need, I still have ink everywhere. They need inked around the back. Maybe they do. Maybe they're good. We'll see. But then the next thing I want to do is, I need a very dried out Sharpie. A very dried out Sharpie or a black ink pen. I mean, if I had the distress marker that would go with that, that would be great. All I really have right now is this black Sharpie, and so I can fill in if I go very, very lightly. I do have other better options in the other room, but if I go very lightly, I can fill in kind of where I missed a little bit. It's a little dark because this is scorched timber. I need to find one that is very dry. This is a brand new one and it is super wet, but you could go and fill in a little bit of your stamp. If you go very lightly, I'm trying to go very lightly. This one's kind of turning into a hot mess. I will attempt to correct it. Kind of. I need to go get a fine liner. Anyway, get one that's almost worn out and it will match my skippity little numbers. Hopefully. This guy needs a little work. But we're close. We're close to being done with them. They'll just take a few minutes. They'll just take a few minutes for hole reinforcers. The only one on is this guy. And I was thinking I could just use a little bit of like, not gauze, but not lace or ribbon, but something more manly, Osnaburg fabric, muslin, something like that. Just a little fabric tab on that guy, just because I don't want to put a hole reinforcer over my number. He's the only one I left like that. Everyone else over here needs a hole reinforcer, and these guys are done. These 4 are done. So we did that. Oh my gosh, there is no other place in my home, but there is a new filming area coming. Let me just leave it like that. Coming. So there's those. Not cheesecloth because it'll be too open and it will probably tear off, but some type of fabric like a coffee dyed muslin or something like that, something that's grungy. So I'm going to flip the camera back around. We're going to wrap it up for the night. It is a short little thing tonight. It was more about just, checking in with you guys, hanging out for a little bit, being present, and I will see you guys back here. Let me flip this camera. Where is this? I'll see you guys back here probably Friday night, but if I don't see you Friday night, then I will see you Saturday morning, because I'm not sure yet about Friday night. I think so, but I have something happening Friday, and well, it's not going to be Saturday morning, so I don't know. Probably Friday night, because I just remembered I also have something Saturday morning. So I will see you guys back here Friday night. It'll be craft with me. We will have a project that we will work on. I'm not sure what yet. I will try to post it in the Facebook group. So if you go and become a member of the Facebook group, I will try to start posting supply lists, or at least what we're making, to give you guys a heads up in the Facebook group. And then if you're a live sale person, a live sale frequenter, I will send you guys an email, because the people who have shopped with me before on Tuesdays for live sales, I just want to reach out to you guys. So look for an email from me. And then, yeah, that's where we're going with this. I'll be here Friday night, and I will send the past live sale people an email and just to communicate a couple things with them. And I don't know. The videos will still keep coming for 365. I don't know how, but YouTube has an algorithm all their own, and I have been trying to figure out, like, what equals what for YouTube. In the beginning, I was just like, oh, I'm just going to make some really quick little videos, and, probably hardly anyone will watch them. And then YouTube's algorithm is such that it got a lot more traction than I really planned on it getting, which I'm very thankful for. But I don't know if any of you guys have experience with YouTube algorithms. They seem to be very, very hit and miss and very picky. But anyway, my intent was not to build up a huge YouTube channel. My intent was to start crafting every day and just bring that little bit of crafty, creative time back into my life. And why not just turn on the camera and bring you guys with me, or at least let you guys see what I was doing. So that was the intent behind it. And I would like to keep that intent where it's just fun playtime for me, and I get to share what I'm doing with you guys. And I appreciate you guys so much for supporting me in that. Maria, oh, I do hope you feel better. I know you have been sick for a while, girl. Goodness. Yes, more rest, more fluids, feel better. All right, guys, I'll let you go. I will see you back here on Friday. And for those of you watching the videos, just thank you once again. I appreciate it so very much. And for all the new subscribers, for all the new people watching me tonight, thank you for joining the live. The live in the future will be a little more organized and a little more project specific. Tonight was just more of a hangout. And I do appreciate your guys' time. Thank you for sharing it with me, and I will see you guys back Friday. Bye, guys. Have a good night. I have to find my mouse.